What's up, YouTube? It's MC Basketball IQ back with another upload. Today I'm going to dive in on the offensive side of the ball, just going through some film review of the Gators against George Washington from Saturday. It's a game where, felt like they controlled the game for the most part from start to finish. There are a couple of lulls there. But a lot of the areas where I've had questions about the sharpness and some of the details of this Gator offense, I feel like we really took some steps in the right direction there. So let's dive into the clips here. If you're liking the content we're putting out, man, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It lets us know that we're going in the right direction as a channel, putting out content that you guys are looking forward to seeing. First off, I wanted to touch on some decision making. A lot of it's shot selection and just a few teaching points here. So, as we discussed in the last video, Boogie Fland is a 31% career three-point shooter. Really struggling this year, man. We got to get him some easy ones early. To me, this one is just not it. No passing, just a step behind, or a sit behind the screen, step back three. It's a tough one, man. I don't love that to get the game started. On the flip side, I like this shot from Condon. I think with a lot of what we do on offense, it's going to involve guard penetration with the big at the top of the key. If there's a ton of help sinking in here to the paint, this needs to be a good shot for him. At this point, at least until further notice, I'm letting him let this one fly. I know people get frustrated that he's sitting out there jacking up threes, but he's shown he can make it, especially in big moments. So I think that's going to be really important for us to be patient with it, let it develop throughout this non-conference. Once we get to conference play, we can pull back the reins if we need to a bit. Got Boogie again here. Just a no pass possession for him where it just first opportunity we get to let it fly, we're shooting it with 25 on the shot clock. If you're feeling it, go for it. If you're a knockdown shooter, go for it. If you're struggling, man, just be patient. Find some good ones. I got some examples of good shots that he's taken in this game that just didn't go in, that you want to encourage him and give him the confidence to shoot, but you've got to make sure he's taking the good ones and not just jacking up every chance he gets. Here we just have a no decision by a Big Ruben. Really good play design. Trying to get a post player and no move needed finish, which you know me, that's one of my favorite offensive attacks. But he ends up getting pushed off the block. He catches it way out here. At this point, let's find a way to get to the next action. Definitely don't want what comes next, man. Like, what are we doing? That's embarrassing. 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, we jack this shot up. I don't know. Maybe I think the announcer said that they could have been going for a 2-for-1, and I guess that's true. They could have been, but you're better off missing out on the 2-for-1. Just from what I've gathered, the 2-for-1 in college is not worth jacking up a terrible shot for, and it doesn't get much worse than that, in my opinion. I want to talk about post ups, some good, some bad, and a new wrinkle that Florida's installed that's going to be really interesting to see how it works out for them. I really like what they're doing now. It's got to become more natural for their players and become second nature. And if it does, I think they're in a really good spot for their post ups, especially when teams start to double and it gets a little crowded down there on the block. So let's take a look. One thing on this, we go for the Iverson post up. When you fire or double the post, it can be for two reasons. One, you have a great player like Alex Condon here that can beat you from the block, and you're refusing just to go down there one-on-one and let him do it. You put two on the ball, you make him get rid of the ball. The other reason you might do it is what you'll see here. So Micah gets the ball. In his mind, they are double teaming because George Washington's been doing that all game. So he's trying to panic. He's getting the ball out of there. If the big is a bad passer, it doesn't matter if they're a good scorer or not. If you fire on the post, it can be a really good option for you, as they'll just give you the ball or throw it out of bounds. And as you see here, Mike is a willing passer. He's not a super accurate passer. So he's trying to make the right play, and he just puts a ball where Tommy can't really get to it and ends up being a turnover. So this is what Florida's looking for now as they start posting up Condon and getting double teams. They really want this backside dive, which might be there on this, but what they've installed that's pretty new and from what I've gathered is this weak side man flashes to the nail and there's nobody there to pick him up. It's got to be quicker. It's got to be second nature for this team so that Alex Condon doesn't sit there waiting on it and get the ball taken from him. Here's a pretty good example for what we're looking to do here on this post up with the nail cut. We're going to end up getting into a ball screen. Ultimately gets back to Condon on a post up. Dribble in, throw it in. We got 2 on the ball. We always like this dive, but a lot of teams take this away now. So that dive's not going to be there. Tommy fills this void right in the middle of the lane, right at the nail, and it's a nice easy layup. I think that's going to be something that you see become more natural. It becomes second nature for this team, and it ends up resulting in a lot of easy points for us as we get going here. So that's something to keep an eye on as we get going. Good offense. I'm going to start here with a teaching point that George Washington made to their defense. But first, out of bounds under of the game, I call it America's play because every team in the country runs this set. A little screen the screener action where Xavier Lee's going to set a screen for Condon. Condon's going to try to get down to this block and seal for a layup. If that's not there, you're hoping that Xavier's man steps off and helps, which he does here, leaving him to have a free screener and get a wide open look. And, Xavier Lee's somebody that's been struggling from 3 too. So for him to get a look that's this wide open, he has time to spin the ball in his hands, get a good lineup on the ball, and just let it fly with with the utmost confidence. That's a really good shot to get us going. Now, we got the same set. Let's see how George Washington made the adjustment to take away that nice easy shot. So on this back screen, no help is being provided. This man that's guarding the ball is going to take away this backside diver, which is great. And the man guarding Urban is going to try to get on top and not let him use this screen to get open to the corner. That's a really good adjustment by George Washington. It ends up working out for him. Here's some really good transition for our offense. We're running the court. Again, for whatever reason, Micah acts like he's the fastest player on the court, and it's great. He gets down the court. He starts burying anybody he gets a chance to. Boogie does a great job of pushing the pace, and unselfish play just gets the ball out to a shooter really quickly, and that's a good shot for us. Here we go, another transition clip. We've got people sprinting to the wings. Look how much faster we're running compared to our last game where we were just bogged down, taking our time getting up the court. We are flying with guys running the wings. Tommy at the 4 is getting down to the paint, and we're just sharing the rock. The ball is moving, it's staying hot, and we're getting easy dunks. Here's a good play by Fland again. Pseudo transition where we get the duck in. That's going to be Micah once again, man, beating everybody on the court. Shout out to Micah. Seals that man off. Boogie recognizes it. He slices the court. It manipulates the defense. Now matchups are crossed up. They don't really know. They're miscommunicating. And he has a chance to get downhill. Really crafty finish with the left hand inside finish there. So this looks like it was a design slip, kind of knowing George Washington's coverage on this pin down. So as Tommy goes to set this pin down, 24 is going to stop to help make sure that Urban can't curl it. And worst case, he can emergency switch out. Tommy knew that. It looked like he was waiting on that hesitation by 24 and that step to the side, and he is full speed to the rim. Got a bad pass from Micah. Again, a willing passer, not the most accurate. Wish they could have connected here because it's a really good play. One thing where we fixed where our eyes are at on these post-ups, Micah catches it, and we missed this weak side quite a bit last game. He looks like he's not even trying to dribble the ball. He catches it there. He's looking to swing to the other side, skip it to the other side, and that leads 1 guarding 2. Long closeout. Lee makes the right pass. CJ Ingram's young guy, he's going to start making the shot for us. As I've been a little critical of Tommy at the 3, I like what Todd did here with putting Condon in the corner. Again, manipulating spacing, changing responsibilities for different defenders. And it also puts Tommy in this typically what is a bigs or a forwards position in horns to just be in a position where he's really comfortable operating from. He can be a true triple threat, whether he's going to drive it, pass it, shoot it, facilitate, whatever he's doing. It's going to be something he's really comfortable with from this position. So he gets the ball, Boogie comes over the top, and literally he can move any direction and be a threat. He's got room to step back, he's got room to attack. You got to stay home to shooters. So this is a really unique set when Tommy's at the top of the horn set. Gets the step back three. He's one of the few players on this team I love that shot for, and we're going to let that fly. We saw Ruben a little bit late on this weave step up ball screen. So as they're weaving, he gets there. Micah's on time. Lee has separation now, and he can use that screen to get downhill. And now this guy is put in jail. He's got a lot of decisions to make in a really short amount of time. Ends up for the dump down dunk. This side eye and out of bounds is a good play here. We got the stagger, and I think Ruben may be asked to pin down here for Urban. As Condon rolls, he could be pinning down and just add an extra layer to this. I think he rolls to the basket a little too early, and it ends up working out for us because this guy thinks he's tagging. I don't know if he knows what his responsibility is on this action. As Urban catches the ball, he stampedes downhill, and now he's got 3-on-1 at the rim. It's really hard to make a bad decision at that point. He throws the lob to Ruben, does what he does best, and dunks the ball. This is really good ball screen use by Boogie Fland. He comes off the handoff, gets the rescreen, and just really good patience. As we get 2 on the ball, we always talk about hitting this short as you get 2 on the ball, but they do a good job of coming over. The skip pass to Tommy's really tough pass to make in this situation, so he's patient, hits him with a hezzy, and that big opens his hips to let Boogie take baseline, and then he just makes the right play from there for a nice open 3. This is a possession with some random action that gets involved just with really good pace, where they're just getting from one action to the next, just starting to make the dominoes fall. It's really hard to guard when you play this fast for the whole possession in the half court. We end up getting a really good look here for Boogie on a wide open catch and shoot 3. These are the ones I want him taking to find his shot. Been asking for this pass to be made a few times. When you have the bigs that Florida does, sometimes you just got to put the ball up by the rim. And you get to this point, you're not going to have a ton of success challenging bigs at the rim on this layup. So might as well play off 2. Keep your defender in hostage situation where he's stuck behind you. And now you're waiting for this other big just to make one movement towards you, and you're throwing the ball at the rim. Here's another really good possession by Fland. Gets the ball out on a make and pushes the tempo. I think that's more so what Todd wants to see. He wants a lot of possessions to get as many opportunities to score as possible. So he pushes the ball, gets into the ball screen. He realizes he gets a switch with a defender that probably can't guard him too well, and hits him with a little hip twist hesitation move. Gets downhill, and this is where the magic happens. I don't know how in the world, with where his eyes are at, that he sees Tommy at the top of the key. I really don't know how he delivers a great pass just like that. I would love to see this one go down just to reward the play, but man, what a heck of a play by Boogie on that one. Another really creative play here by Todd Golden in the half court. We've got Tommy at the 3, where he's going to have the size advantage against most wings that he comes across. So naturally, the best thing you can do there is put him in a position to use that size advantage. And what better way to do that than put him on the block for a layup? We see a lot of this horns action from Florida result in Xavier Lee coming back up for a handoff. In this situation, little counter, he stops and he sets this flex screen for Tommy to get to the other side for a post up. Now, one thing he does need to do is he needs to screen this man with some physicality. You got to take that contact and really give your guy the advantage so he can get where he needs to be. Hopefully it's a no move needed finish, but even if it's not, it just allows him to get this catch. Xavier doesn't do a great job being physical on it. 24 gets back in the play and blows it up with a deflection. But another really good option for the Gators as they get going, especially if they're playing a team that doesn't match their size on the perimeter. We're at the 4-minute mark, 14-point game. We don't know when or where George Washington's going to start getting aggressive from, but Boogie has his head on a swivel, notices the trap's coming, beats the trap, and gets downhill, makes that skip pass just to keep things going. Now the dominoes are falling. Now we should be able to get a really good look. Get a paint touch playing off two, unselfish basketball, layup. Really nice basketball there. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this a little bit shorter format where I'm just diving in on one side of the ball. I'm going to take a look at the defense tonight, and if I see anything that stands out to me from what Florida did from a strategy defensively, if they've changed anything they're doing, if they add a wrinkle in, I'm going to try to dissect that and get that to you guys in a separate video that's all about defense in this game. If I don't find much of a trend, I think for these bye games, I'll just kind of focus on what I can, and try to make some videos just pointing out the differences in how Florida's playing, and really take advantage of some of the bigger matchups that are coming down the pike here with SEC play. If you like this video, man, please like it, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts, man. Where do you think Florida's going to end up at the end of the season? Would love to hear everybody's opinions on that, man. And as always, go Gators.